Sunday, June 4th. It is day 11, and I'm just getting ready to go down for breakfast in the hotel. I was gonna check in on a couple of my intentions that I had initially set for this Camino. The first was learning to eat seafood, which I've only attempted one time while I've been here, and I had like a sushi hand roll. I did not eat all of it, but it was okay. It tasted like sushi. I can usually eat sushi, so that was fine. But I haven't really tried it since then. There was that place that I had dinner that had appetizers with the prawns that still had all the antennas and stuff that I just couldn't do it. So I'm gonna have to make an attempt to work on that some more while I'm here. The other one is braiding my hair, and I gave up braiding my hair on day 3 because I got a sunburn on my part, and my hair is not long enough to do one braid down the back, and so I kind of was forced to, so that I didn't continue to sunburn my scalp. So anyway, those are the updates on my intentions. I realized last night as I was looking at my guidebook at dinner time that I'm really only like 2 kilometers away from completing the full stage yesterday. And so if I'm supposed to, or if I'm trying to do like 2 days per stage, then I'm like only 2 kilometers away from where I'm supposed to end up tonight. And I may do exactly that. I have developed a knot in my right foot that I haven't been able to work out, and so it is not super awesome feeling, but I was kind of hoping to try to get a little bit further up the road. The stretch from, I can't remember the name of the city, to Biona, there's very little infrastructure. It's kind of through the woods and stuff, and so that's kind of one of the places that they're like, make sure to bring water and food because there's not really any place to stop. And so if I can get a little bit further along the road today, then that stretch I'll have that entire stretch tomorrow, instead of trying to do all of it. But the next couple of stages do seem to be a little bit shorter anyway. And then from Bayona to Vigo, normally the stages are like between 23 and 30 kilometers, and the ones today and tomorrow are only like 16 kilometers. So the next 2 days the stages are actually a lot lighter, but I don't know, I'm gonna just do what I can do, and that I'm really not gonna push myself because because of that knot on my foot. I'm hoping that it will just kind of naturally work itself out, but we'll see. So yeah, anyway, that's my plan for today. We'll see how far I go. I'm gonna go down and get some breakfast because I paid for this expensive hotel room. I will check in later. I'm here in my room. I'm literally only like 2 kilometers away from where I stayed last night. But there wasn't a lot of accommodations between here and where I'm trying to get to tomorrow. So I stayed here. I did talk to another lady here that was just having lunch. She was from Denmark. And she told me that she had been struggling finding hostels and stuff to stay in because they were all full. And so I have booked out places to stay through the end of the week. And I'll try to stay 2 or 3 days kind of ahead of it, so that I can make sure that I have an accommodating, like a bed to stay in. I do kind of regret not just continuing walking today. The place I'm staying is probably my least favorite place of my whole trip. It's clean, but it's just just a little more run down than some of the other places. And then the other thing is the lady that I was talking to from Denmark, she kind of expressed the same sentiment that I had, that I've been struggling just a little bit more here in Spain, like trying to interact with people, like ordering things at the restaurants and stuff. Like, it's just, the language barrier has just been a little bit more of a challenge. And I'm not really sure why. I didn't speak Portuguese either. And there are a lot of similarities. So, like, you know, I can still say café con leche and get a coffee, but there's just it just seems to be a little bit more of a struggle. And maybe it's just that I don't understand the etiquette, and I don't know, like, I've never quite figured out, like, do I just come in and sit anywhere I want in the restaurants and then they'll come wait on me? Do I go up to the counter and order? Some places seems to be a little bit of a mixture of both. So I'm just struggling a little bit more, trying to interact here in Spain. And maybe it's just, you know, me. I'm sure it's just me. But yeah, and then this place that I'm staying, it's kind of an overcast day today, and so it's just been a little bit cooler. I'm sure I'm a little bit sunburned, but I am like freezing to death. I've had 2 coffees just to try to warm up. And I have like 3 t-shirts on and a long sleeve shirt and pants, and I'm still just absolutely freezing. The room I'm in doesn't seem to have any kind of heat source at all. I don't know what they do in the winter. But it's, you know, all tile, and so it's just cold. And the walls are like paper thin, like you can hear everything. The doors between the rooms are really only like kind of nailed shut. But you can hear everything that's going on. So today has just not been as cheerful of a day for me. I've been bored, I haven't known what to do, and I don't know how to like order to like get anything. If it weren't so expensive, I kind of wish that I had just stayed at the place I was at last night again. And I'm tempted to like just take an Uber or figure out how to go in a taxi back there and like go to the restaurant again. Or maybe just back to some of the other restaurants, even though the place I'm staying at has a restaurant. I don't know how, like, I don't know how to interact with them. I sat in there at the restaurant for like 3 hours, and they never like ever waited on me. I did like walk up to the bar and just order a coffee, but like I don't know how to like, am I supposed to like get their attention or like yell at them or flag them down? I don't know. I have no idea. So anyway, just a little bit more of a struggle today. But tomorrow I will be in Bayona. And then I can't remember all the places, but I have rooms booked out through Friday. So I at least know where I have to get to. And I'm not going to have to rush to get to the next albergue in order to hope to get a bed, because like I already know I have a bed and I can just kind of walk at whatever pace I want. I probably will be done with my Camino by June 14th or 15th. And so I do have to get back to Porto, but I've been trying to figure out what to do between then, and I have to be, my flight into India leaves Frankfurt, Germany on June 30th. So I have to get there trying to figure out like the best way to get there. Do I fly directly from there or to there from Porto? And then like I have 2 weeks that I have to like figure out what to do. So anyway, that's something I've been trying to do today. Is just kind of figure out my next moves. And then I have my main yoga teacher training class from July 2nd through August 28th. And then the first week in September, I'm gonna be taking a sound healing course in Rishikesh, so I'll still be in Rishikesh. So I did book but that place doesn't provide accommodations, and so I did have to, I did find an Airbnb for it's like almost 2 weeks, 2 additional weeks that I'll be in Rishikesh, and so it was like $300 for those 2 weeks. I have no idea how close it is to the place that I'll be going, but I'll figure that out. And then I would have to figure out, I'll have about a week break between Rishikesh and when I have to be to the Kundalini immersion. My next immersion course, which is in Indonesia. And so I've been trying to figure out what to do. Do I fly directly to Indonesia and hang out in Indonesia for a little while? Or do I stop off somewhere else? I thought about stopping off in Thailand, in Phuket, Thailand. I could also probably go to Vietnam. But I think Thailand might be a little bit easier because I don't believe they require a visa for US citizens. So I have been thinking about Thailand, plus the Thai food sounds delicious right now. Anyway, so yeah, I have kind of these 1 and 2 week breaks in between when I'm going to be done with the Camino and in India, and then in India and Indonesia, that I have to try to figure out what to do with myself. And then I also have to get back to the US at some point. Like, I have to make sure I have enough money to get back to the US. So I'll have to figure out what to do when I'm done with Indonesia and getting back to the US and figure out, like, rebuild my life at that point. Get a job and stuff. So anyway, that's been kind of my day today. I really only walked for like an hour maybe. I did walk with someone today, which is not something I usually do, but another woman from Toronto who just finished the French way and is now doing the Portuguese way, which just seems like a lot of walking, just so much walking. But she did like a tour group on the Camino the French way, and so she didn't really do the full like 800 kilometers or whatever it is. They would have their specific checkpoints that they would get to each day, and then the vans for the tour would take them to their hotels each night, and they stayed in hotels, not the hostels. So pretty different experience, but still, I mean, still an incredible journey. I think she said she was there for 15 to 20 days. I can't remember. But that was like the only way her husband was going to let her do it. If she used this tour guide. I don't know how she talked him into letting her do it from Porto up, but maybe she just was like, I'm here, I'm doing this anyway. I have no idea. But she just had her 65th birthday last month, and so she's like, now I wanted to do this for a number of years. I think she said over 20 years. And so she's like, if I wait any longer, I'll get too old and I can't do it. So 65th birthday is when I'm doing this. So that's what she did. Very interesting conversations. We did kind of talk about the spiritual journey and like the inner journey and stuff. And, you know, she's a member of several Facebook groups that are part of the Camino, and some of the people she talked to with the tour that she was on, kind of had a conversation about how they don't really feel any different, or they didn't really go through that. A lot of people say, it'll change your life, you come back as a different person. And one of the guides on the tour guides of the company that she had gone with mentioned that it's oftentimes they find that it's really more like the reflection after, that once you get home and you kind of are reflecting on your journey, that's really kind of when a lot of the changes or the like inner journey happens. And it's not necessarily like on the Camino itself. However, I do think that if you are one of these that are like pushing yourself to hit each of the stages per the guidebooks, and are like, getting to the point of just complete and utter physical and mental exhaustion each night, you probably will get to that, but we're not really doing that. So anyway, I just thought it was an interesting conversation. I am going to like put on more clothes and try to warm up, and then try to figure out what I'm going to do for dinner. This room I'm in tonight was 20 euros. I had a salad for lunch, which was like 5 euros, and then my 2 cups of coffee, which was like $2, €2.40 or whatever. So whatever dinner costs me, hopefully I can find some place with a pilgrim's menu. And actually this place does have a pilgrim's menu, but I've been hanging out there all day. I'm sure they're like, oh no, her again. That if I go back for dinner. But anyway, that's kind of my day today. I don't intend to, like, it's a good thing that I didn't have a very long walk, because I don't want to use the shower here. I'm trying to be quiet because I know that the walls are paper thin. And I don't know how much they understand of English, so I don't want to like offend anyone, but yeah, it's clean. I'd just rather not if I don't have to. So I'm not gonna shower today. And I'm gonna just keep on going tomorrow and get to my next place. I think, no, not tomorrow. One of the nights I know I have like my own bedroom, but tomorrow I might still be in a shared place. But anyway, that's my trip today. I do kind of regret not continuing on, but my foot did kind of start to like, the knot in my foot did start to kind of let go or let up as I was walking. But I don't know that it would have continued had I continued to walk. So it is probably better that I stopped. I just, from a physical perspective, but I'm freezing, and I just haven't loved my experience in this particular place. But I don't know, maybe at nighttime when dinner time kind of starts to hit, they kind of have dinner really late here. And so they don't even really start dinner until like 8 or 9. And so like when I went down to dinner at like 7 o'clock yesterday, I was like super early. And so yeah, maybe once people are like start coming in for dinner, it'll be a little bit better, but I'm still freezing to death. So, and it is like 68 degrees outside. But I don't know, it's just cold. So that's my update for today. Well, probably, maybe depending on if I have more to share, I'll check back in later, but probably not. I'll probably just finish trying to figure out my next moves, and then try to warm up. But anyway, bien camino.